I had to clean up my boyfriend's boogers and now I don't find him attractive anymore. A few months ago I found out just how bad my boyfriend's hygiene is. I started noticing it when we moved in together, but it was always little things, never anything outrageous. Then a few months ago as I was cleaning his gaming desk I made the mistake to look under it. It was full of dry, old boogers. Needless to say it was fucking disgusting and I couldn't believe it. I cleaned it up and talked to him about it immediately and said it was not acceptable for me and he would have to lose that habit. He was very embarrassed, but he agreed. Thing is, it hasn't changed. I have found boogers around as well as trimmed nails, just left there to rot. I literally gag whenever I see it. Each time I tell him and he never apologizes. He even told me, "I'm not asking you to do this." Like what? That's not the point. We fought about it once. I even cried because I find it so disgusting and quite frankly disrespectful. I know, it's irrational to cry for something like this, but I was just so frustrated, because he knows that I will clean it up immediately out of disgust. I fucking hate it and he just doesn't seem to get it. This really affected how I see him and my degree of attraction to him. His attitude about it makes it even worse. I already talked to him about how much of a turn-off having to clean up after him is for me, but he doesn't seem to listen. He's a great person otherwise, but this repeated behavior and his unwillingness to apologize or make an effort is making me question his level of maturity. I'm considering breaking up with my girlfriend over the fact she keeps getting tattooed. For context, my girlfriend and I have been together for 5 years. I'm 28M and she's 26F. Okay, so about a year ago she expressed interest in getting a tattoo. I'm not a big fan of tattoos, it's just not something I find particularly attractive on anyone. She knows my views on them and I told her it's her body, so she can technically do whatever she wants but I don't have to like it. After some discussion, she said she'd get something relatively small. When she came home and showed it to me I was surprisingly okay with it. I would still rather it not be there but it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be. Over the year however she's gotten more, and they're larger than I'd like them to be. It's been the cause of many of our fights and it's affecting our sex life. I love her but I don't find her as attractive anymore. Well, on Saturday she went to a friend's house for a small get-together, that I was supposed to go to but I made an excuse not to. She didn't come home until Sunday afternoon and didn't answer my texts. When she came home she revealed she got another tattoo and it's the largest one yet and it's on her fucking neck. She absolutely loves it, I obviously hate it. We fought and I asked her why she didn't discuss this with me. Arm and leg tattoos are one thing but this is too much for me. She said she was a little tipsy and told the guy who's been tattooing her that she wanted to do it but was scared of what I'd think. He convinced her to get it done, and told her what I think doesn't matter. She went to the studio he owns with her friends and she got it done. I asked if she's noticed we haven't had sex in months and she said yeah of course and I told her why. She seemed hurt and I told her I don't know if I could get past this last one. She told me to figure it out and let her know because she doesn't want to waste her time. We haven't spoken since. A part of me knows this isn't salvageable anymore but there's a small part of me that still loves her and thinks I'd be a dick for breaking up with her over this. Found out my husband has been wearing my clothes. I found out my husband, 24M, has been wearing my clothes. I noticed things were different or out of place. It was not until I looked at our baby cam and saw that he was wearing my clothes. I have so many mixed emotions at this moment. My husband and I have been dealing with a lot of things this year and this is something I did not expect. I did speak to him about what I saw and at first he denied it completely but he finally admitted it. I have never seen him cry like that before. I was completely supportive to him but don't get me wrong I was mad. This is something he should have told me. We will be seeing a therapist but what do I need to prepare myself for our future? The comment that he said that concerned me was he has always felt more comfortable with his feminine side and feels that he is transgender. He keeps pressuring me to have sex with him. I, 21F, don't have a lot of sex experience. I've only been with one other guy and the entire time I was in pain regardless of if we used lube or not. I just have no current desire to be penetrated, not even fingered. This guy that I'm kinda in a FWB situation keeps telling me that it's okay if I just wanna do oral. But every time we're in the middle of it, he puts his fingers in me. I always have to tell him to stop and he does. The last time he did that, I was sore for like 2 days. I don't finger myself, if I masturbate it's just rubbing. He keeps saying he's gonna stop talking to me because I don't want to be penetrated and that it isn't normal that I don't want it. He said he's tired of waiting to fuck but then tells me to come over just for oral, then he does the same shit again. I'm just done with him at this point. We live in France. I think my son is autistic. I might have to divorce my husband over it. I'm terrified. I don't know what to do. My husband is French and France seemed like a better place than where I'm from, England. When I fell pregnant we moved here and it really was great initially. Our son is 4 now and he has nearly every autism symptom out there. I've been avoiding nursery and things for him but I can't avoid it any longer. He's supposed to start school next year. He barely talks, isn't toilet trained, has severe sensory meltdowns constantly. My husband wants me to homeschool him just to keep him safe. A diagnosis is like a death sentence here. Every single person I know whose child has had a diagnosis has left the country as fast as possible or wished they had. My husband won't leave. He refuses to move out of the country and thinks we can just make it work by keeping him at home, undiagnosed, until things get better. People are already treating him horribly. Doctors treat him like he's diseased. Shop owners ask us to leave constantly. They know something is wrong. Am I just supposed to keep him locked away? Never let him go out or receive medical intervention? I am so scared. All I ever wanted was for him to be happy. I am seriously debating leaving my husband and taking our son back to England with me. I don't know what to do.